It is the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, have you ever heard of Alpo gas?
Alpo gas? No, I have not. I have actually driven by, though, the Alpo plant before.
On 76?
Well,
on the Blue Route.
If nobody knows what that is, that's in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania.
Right. We're talking
talking
streets like
way
people
up,
know. Yeah, so,
way north,
yeah. And I always notice that they have a big water tower there, and it's always like the paint's chipping off. It always looks... It looks like Alpo.
Yeah, it looks like Alpo.
Yeah.
Well, Alpo gas, for those of you who do not know, is gas caused by the ingestion of large amounts of Alpo.
Alpo, I would never feed to my dog.
Why?
Ever. Just
you're a pet owner.
Yeah. Well, because like when you look at dog food, you have to read the ingredients. So it has to say like chicken and chicken liver, or like the first big chunk of ingredients you want to make sure are all like legit stuff. You don't want all this.
What's the ingredients in Alpo?
It's probably like Ronnie's phosphate.
Ronnie, right? Good old Ronnie phosphate.
Right, and you're like, no, I don't want to feed my dog Ronnie's phosphate, so I'll stay away. Anything you could get at the Tree of Dollar. You really don't want to give to your pet.
Well, in opening audio today, we're going to talk a little Alpo gas. We're going to talk the Olympics. I got a big show today. We're going to talk about a double tragedy, a 1-2 punch.
Okay.
Wienermobile and some hippies.
All
right, we're going to talk about, obviously we have the JNN coming up. We're going to talk about, you know what, I'm just going to say it. I don't even care. I'll get in trouble. I'm so sick and tired of Brendan Fraser. I want to smack him in the mouth.
Yeah.
I have had enough.
Brendan Fraser, never really somebody that was on the high list of people that when I seeked out a flick to watch.
You wanted to go to a Brendan flick?
No, not once. I don't even know if I've seen a full Brendan Fraser movie.
Ever since The Whale.
Yeah.
He's now this Philip Seymour Hoffman-like character. He's this acclaimed theatrical superstar of epic acting proportions. So now, when you find out his next endeavor, you're going to be like, are you serious? So we'll talk about that. Obviously, what's wrong with a dirty burgle? I don't mind a dirty burgle.
Mm-hmm.
You're a dirty burglar? I'm with you. I stand with you. Okay? That's just me. And obviously, listener court, we have a very differing opinion on the takeout tip.
Oh, there shouldn't be one, but So.
Oh, you say that, but people work hard to prepare your pizza, be it at Little Caesars, or they work hard to cook out, or Bojangles, and I think a takeout tip is more than appropriate.
All right,
but you shame me for it, so we'll talk about that.
Okay,
all right, but I want to get to some Alpo gas. All right, so let's get to some Alpo gas. An opening audio. What do you say?
I like it. What a wonderful opening monologue. If that doesn't excite people listening,
keep them here.
Keep them awake, or put them to sleep. One of the two. We'll find out today.
Okay. It is 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Time for opening audio, Jeff. And opening audio, like I said, I teased a little bit of Alpo gas.
Yeah. You had everybody sitting on the edge of their seat in their car or at home on their smart speaker at real early in the morning going, Alpo gas me. They can't wait. It's just one of those top quality things that they want to hear about. Everybody knows that Alpo is the think of the worst fast food cheeseburger that you could possibly purchase. Like, where is it? Is it like the Hardee's thick burger?
I think it's the Big Buf.
It's you and this Big Buf.
It's got a Buf.
Listen, the Checkers, if you've never been to Checkers, and they have them in South Carolina, in Greenville, the Big Buford is the best. I'm telling you. It's good. I like the Big Buford. Do not hate on it. Captain.
Okay, so to me, Alpo gas is like Big Buford. So
Okay.
let's do this. How about this? I'll save a little Alpo gas. We're going to start off our opening audio with a little bit of Olympics. All right.
I'm excited about that.
Are you excited
The
about
Olympics.
it?
Yes.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
Now, we're human beings. We like to make love. And the Olympics, the committee, they want to stop that, Jeff.
Yeah, well, first I got to tell you, I really haven't felt in the making love mood lately. I don't know about
been
you.
hard.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
I mean,
you.
you know, life hasn't been good lately. It's just been hard.
You know, you look.
Yeah.
You look down. He looks back at you. You go, all right, maybe we'll try again next week, okay?
Yeah.
But in the Olympics, they seem to not have that problem. You seem to have a lot of people who are in shape, feeling good. They're going for a gold medal.
Yeah.
They've been singularly
They've been
focused on it.
training for years.
And then you put people, you know, with testosterone, estrogen, everything, all
And
of
by
it.
the way, all in great shape, great looking.
Right. So it's got to be amazing lovemaking that would happen within the confines of
Olympic Village.
and then you're in Paris.
Oh, it's romance.
Oh, hot and heavy stuff.
So an Irish Olympian gets to the Olympic Village and he decides to test out the durability of the cardboard beds.
Well, they're
love-proof beds, right?
They designed them specifically so that it would be difficult for you
To make Goldberg.
Yeah, if I just couldn't take a blanket and put it on the floor. But at the end of the day, they made them difficult for that. So on the bed.
Well, did they, though? Let's see what he says.
I'm at the Paris Olympic Games and they once again have these cardboard anti-sex beds. When I tested them last time, they withstood my testing. Maybe I wasn't rigorous enough, though. Nope, they passed the test. It's fake. Fake news.
He's going to town. He is going to town, that Irishman.
Yeah.
He's going to town.
Yeah.
And he's ready to make whoopee.
You know, you rolls it. I'm taking a look at a picture of some of these beds, and I really got to tell you, these are like prison beds, these things.
They are like prison beds, and these are Olympians. These are, you know, world achieving, once in a lifetime, like, you know, give them a bed.
Yeah, it's just
You're putting them on
they're-
cardboard with a pillow and a blanket.
Yeah, they're literally just not even a joke. It's like white cardboard
It's
boxes that are just like put together, and then it's like, you know, an IKEA mattress on there, which you know is not going to be comfortable,
Right.
You know, and it's just all wrapped together. It's just all for, you know, I guess just to get that gold medal. I don't know.
Is
I
it
can't
worth
get
it?
Well, look, I'm not a horned up Irishman, so I don't know.
Well, you know what? It's now time to get to that all-important Alpo gas.
Yeah, this will do it for us.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
You have waited for a good 14 minutes for Alpo gas.
Nobody's waited. Nobody's waited.
And Alpo gas, you shall receive a dog set a world record. And that was yesterday by, I guess, passing gas for 18 continual seconds. And what's crazy is this is the number one trending thing on social media. Dog breaks world record for passing gas, and I attribute it to, I call it Alpo gas.
Yeah.
I wonder, you're a dog owner.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your initial reaction and thoughts to this.
What are you feeding your dog?
Alpo! I
first
just
off-
called it Alpo gas.
Listen, first off, your dog had to be laying there in writhing pain with that sitting in there, right? Because people know that, like, when you have a dog and they have gas, you can hear it rumbling a little bit. You try to do what you can to make them feel better. You know, my dog, he's smaller, so he toots and he scares himself. He's one of those.
Yeah.
But there's people that have the bigger dogs, and they'll tell you that their dogs, when they rip them, they smell worse than, you know, a porta potty. But but for that, whatever you're feeding your dog, stop it. Just stop it, because it's not.
They're setting world records.
It's horrible.
So I call it Alpo gas, but if you think about it, I mean, and you're right. I mean, you know, Hoove and stuff is in that. But yeah. I mean, what could you be feeding? I mean, what would make a dog? This is all continuous now.
See, no.
It's number one trend in the entire world. What would make a dog continue for 18 seconds?
All right. First off, so my dog eats the fresh food, right? But here's Alpo, and these are the things that you don't want to read as like the first few ingredients. Ground yellow corn.
Okay.
Corn germ meal.
Oh, corn germ.
Pork and bone meal. Soybean meal. Beef tallow preserved and mixed tocopherols.
Tocopherols? It's the tocopherols.
That's it. You know what?
Is it the tocopherols?
Going through the ingredients, that's what it was.
It's the tocopherols.
Yeah.
No sleep till the Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other's life fell to pieces and his fiance is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on 105.9 The Mountain.
105.9 The Mountain, Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, question. Have you ever heard the phrase double trouble?
Double trouble, sure.
Double trouble.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yes,
Married Kate and Ashley Olsen, they started a movie called Double Trouble.
Okay, you're the only human that would know that. Or them.
Double trouble happened, and we're going to start with a Wienermobile, and we're going to end with the Green Odyssey. And double trouble happened yesterday, and it was really upsetting because, first off, I don't know how familiar you are. Have you ever been inside said Wienermobile?
I have, way back in the day. I remember it showing up to something, and I remember going into it. You know, I wasn't impressed.
You weren't impressed?
I was not. I got the whistle and I split. All right? That is what it is when it comes to Wienermobile.
What do you mean? What, you got the wiener whistle?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
I have it somewhere, I think. I feel like a month ago I had just seen it somewhere in the house. So,
well, sad news to report if you're a fan of Oscar Mayer or the Wienermobile.
I want to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I
love the song.
Like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile flipped over in the middle of a Chicago roadway, causing backups for miles. And sadly, the Wienermobile is now inoperable, at least that one. I think they have a total of 4 in their Wiener fleet. But that's one out of the Wiener fleet, and they will not be making their appearances at the Iowa State Fair. They'll not be making their appearances in Idaho and Spud territory. They will not be making appearances in the Pacific Northwest for the foreseeable future.
They will be in South Carolina coming up in August, in Gaffney. So if you say to yourself,
okay, do you know anything about Gaffney? That's the Murdoch, the Murdoch. Where all that stuff happened.
Right.
Gaffney's on the map.
Yeah.
That's on the map. They're going to the murder map.
Imagine being known for that, huh? The guy who wipes out his wife and son, and you get the Wienermobile. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I will say this. So when is that? Could we do
August 1st.
Is it a weekend or a weekday?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, whatever August 1st is. So look, it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, it's good news.
Yeah, August 1st. Actually, no. It looks like it's Thursday. Yeah, so
I don't think we can make it.
yeah. So if your summer really has gone down the tubes, no pun intended, go ahead and go drive to check out the Wienermobile. I got to tell you.
Wait, if your summer sucks,
Yeah, take
go
a ride
to Gaffney
Yeah.
and go see the Wienermobile.
That should be their town motto. If your summer sucks, go to Gaffney.
And finally, there was a man and a woman. They set out on a noble pursuit. This noble pursuit was to prove that green energy and solar energy really works.
So we're on our Odyssey, and we're calling it the Green Odyssey because we're doing everything we can to show that you can travel without burning fossil fuels. So, for instance, we're driving an electric car. Our boat is an electric boat. We have an electric yacht with a Nissan Leaf battery pack that drives the engine. We charge the engine with solar panels.
Ask me what happened to them, Jeff.
Well, first off, that sounds it just sounds like there's a lot of hiccups within that trip that are going to happen.
What kind of hiccups, Jeff?
I don't know. I would assume weather, electrocution, just.
Ask me what happened to them,
What
Jeff.
happened to them?
They're
Rizzo?
dead.
They're dead. They didn't make it, huh?
They didn't make it.
How? How'd they die?
Well, Jeff, the solar panels malfunctioned. It wouldn't charge.
Mm-hmm.
The boat sunk.
Both sunk.
They were eaten by sharks.
And the sharks ate them.
So,
Yeah.
if you want to ask me what happened,
Yeah.
it was a noble pursuit.
Yeah.
And we'll always remember the good old, what is it, Gaffney trip? Or am I getting that confused with the Wienermobile?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
a noble pursuit.
No pursuit. Yeah. What an odyssey, huh?
Wouldn't honestly. Yeah.
This is just a friendly reminder that your favorite local radio station, 105.9 The Mountain, the Rizzo and Jeff Show and podcast are always going to be free and available to you any place podcasts are found with no extra or hidden fees. We pay enough for them. It's our gift to you. Laughter and great music in the car right here on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mount Asheville's classic rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff Show. We have Phil on the phone. Phil, good morning. You're a first-time caller. You want to tell us about the traffic on 26?
Yeah, it sucks, man.
It sucks.
You,
Okay.
you had to. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
What's going on 26
Yeah,
this morning?
where you at?
What's
Yeah.
causing the issue? What's causing the hiccups, Phil?
Exit 33.
We're right on exit 33 at the Brevard exit, and it looks like you got to take Brevard to get to South Asheville.
You know what? You always listen. I always take the back roads. People think I'm crazy because I live in East Asheville. I always go down 40, and I always come up through Sweeten Creek, or I go down 25. You should always stay away from 26. It's the worst. We have a guy that I don't know if you listen to the show a lot, but there's a guy named Johnny who always complains about 26 now. You know,
Yeah, I believe him now, 100%.
you believe him, don't you? Are you heading to the airport, or what are you guys doing? Sounds like you're going
I'm
somewhere.
heading to work, man.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it just really looks like it's just some road closures, man. Nothing more than that. That's really all that's going on there. No real accidents. They just got things all closed up.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got cops blocking off the highway and all that. All right, this is going to be a good time.
You know what?
Hey, since I got you guys on the horn, can I get a request?
Yeah.
Sure, what do you got?
wanna hear?
I want to hear some Spill the Line.
Spill the wine. What?
All right,
Did you drink that, girl? That one?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see what I can do for you. All right, and in the meantime, we'll keep us abreast of all the happenings on 26. Deal?
Yes, sir.
All right,
All
you
right,
have
Phil.
a going, buddy. Okay.
You have a good one.
All right,
All
you
right.
two take it easy. The JNN is coming up next, and listen.
It's traffic reports and an all request hour here on the
That's it.
show. Yes.
105.9 The Mount Asheville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. It's time for the JNN. And what do we got coming up cooking on that news cauldron there? You're over there, you got spices and a little wooden spoon noosing it up over there.
Yeah, look, I have nothing of the sort, actually. I don't have any of that. I gotta be honest with you.
You know, spices, a cauldron, nothing?
Yeah, no, nothing. All right, so coming up, we're going to talk about the Olympics. They're kind of underway. The big things get, kicked off coming up. I think Friday is like the big brouhaha with it. So there's some rules that have to be followed, okay. When it comes to that. So when you're at the Olympics, you got to follow strict rules. So we'll talk about that. If you're having some fatigue that's going on, with the election and Biden and Trump and Kamala now and 81 million this and that. They came out with a list of some things that you could do to help you with election fatigue, and we'll talk about that as well coming up. All right.
All right. Well, the JNN brought to you by good friends at Train Heating and Cooling Systems, tested, retested, constantly engineered and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run it together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. That is traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
It's time for the... Wait, no, it's not really. I mean, who would?
Can you put the news back on?
The JNN.
This is the news.
The Jeff News Network. A wealth of useful and mostly useless information.
But first I want to start with, did you ever play the game of Ding Dong Ditch?
Oh, I was a prolific Ding Dong Ditcher. Yes, I was.
Were you in that? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Because these days...
Always did the flaming bag, the poop bag, because of Billy Madison.
But I feel like when we played it back then, nobody would get too fired up about it. And you ring the doorbell. Oh, you got me, kid. You move on.
Yeah.
That's not what happened in Maine.
Oh, boy.
A Maine man was arrested after he allegedly shot at a group of teenagers that were playing the game of Ding Dong Ditch.
Now, when you do you mean M-A-I-N man or M-A-I-N-E man? Like you're my main man? Or?
No, just the guy from Maine.
Okay.
All right. I know you tried with a joke there. It didn't land. So... they responded to the guy's house around 1 a.m. after numerous reports there were gunshots and screaming. Deputies arrived. They found blood on the roadway, and as a teen walked into the hospital with a gunshot wound, it had been reported that is what happened. So, just 1 a.m., they knocked on the door, and that's all that happened. They had been going down the road, and eventually one of these houses... something's going to happen, and we hear about this happening now. Now, the teen has non-life-threatening injuries, but, we just saw here, last week, some guys they got arrested. They were driving around with a water pellet gun, doing stuff like that. Eventually, you're just going to run in to the wrong person
guy.
at the wrong time. So
having a bad day with a gat, something like that, who's not going to be your main man, and he's going to hurt you.
Now, is it his fault that these kids were doing this and he came out and shot? I don't know. Several shots, I think, is the problem that he was really firing out there. So, he's being held. He set $5,000 bail. Judge ordered him to not use or purchase firearms or ammunition, have any contact with the teens, which, by the way, he obviously didn't want to have with them whatsoever. So, I don't know where that case is going to land. Some people are, they go back and forth on it sometimes, going, look, if you're going to do this to me, then forget it.
I get it. It's just the shooting part's the one that bothers me. But hey, who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
Who am I? Who the heck am I? Right?
Ring doorbell.
It's time for the JNN,
which did ruin
Jeff News Network with
the
all
Ding Dong Ditch.
Important information and local things that you want to know. It won't be here, but hey, they try. So here's the JNN on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so we know that the Olympics getting underway, happening. I think there's going to be a big deal with it on Friday. I should keep up on the Olympics a little more.
You should.
But I was never an athlete to have to, worry about it. I could never make it. Okay?
Right.
What do you think? I'm Phelps?
You're not Mikey Phelps.
Oh, yeah, I'm not Mikey Phelps.
You're not even his friend Ryan.
So they have a ton of rules that go along with the Olympics. They say technically only athletes competing in the games are allowed to stay in the Olympic Village, but they can bring their coaches and team officials around. So you can't have any lovers that will pop in, anything of that nature. Athletes and team officials, you got to arrive 5 days early. They don't want any protests, anything political, religious, anything of that is not allowed. Technically, you can post on social media, but only in certain parts of the village that you could do it. I'm just looking at a bunch of things that are going to be drinking alcohol, partying prohibited. We know somehow that'll wind up happening.
What's the point, Jeff?
And they now say, though, that the intimacy ban, it's officially been lifted for this year's game.
Oh, so you can get intimate on your cardboard.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
That changes the game.
It was originally in place during the Tokyo Olympics to promote distancing, with COVID. I just don't think that the Japanese wanted you having sex in Tokyo. So,
well, sex in Tokyo could be dangerous.
Now, at the time, then athletes were reportedly asked to limit physical contact with each other. But now they're aiming to have 300,000 prophylactics for the athletes that they want to be spreading out.
How many athletes are going?
300,000, and if you walk, they have machines that you can put in a quarter.
For a prophy?
And you could get a prophy there.
A prophy? How many athletes are going? Even if it's 1,000 in each country.
300,000
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Yeah. It's one of the other reasons we're not athletes, I guess.
No, there's
prophy.
many.
I might use one a year.
Yeah.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN. Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
I don't know why, but yesterday, as I was watching everything unfold, with Kamala Harris, and I told you she raised $81 million in 24 hours, and then
crazy.
And then Biden went on from the headquarters in Wilmington. He called in.
Oh, good for him.
He called
got on
in
the phone.
and he said something, So they're starting to see with a lot of people going to work and things like that. People are beginning to get really fatigued by all this political stuff, right?
It's already starting. It's just like, be quiet.
Yesterday, for the first time, I just felt like I was getting exhausted and I just needed to turn the TV off because I have a habit of watching it, all right?
Yeah.
So they just have a couple of things that you can do to help you with the fatigue a little bit that we're all feeling. So take breaks from your news alert. So maybe if you have it on your phone, forget it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good call.
Yeah, focus on the things that are not changing, they say, all right?
Okay.
So things that are not changing. You get up, your routine every day, you focus on that. The thing that's the same channel, you're stressed a little bit. They want you to journal. They want you to journal,
journaling.
Rizzo.
That's a great one, Jeff.
Rizzo,
That's great.
They need you to journal.
All right, I'll be journaling.
So if you're sad about Joe Biden, you can journal
about how sad you are about Joe.
You could seek therapy if the stress becomes overwhelming for you.
Okay.
And they want you to do this. They want you to the one main thing they want you to do.
So journal.
If you're so worried about Trump. Yeah. Kamala Harris.
Okay.
All right. J.D. Vance. Joe Biden.
Yeah,
they want you to master your morning. Okay.
Master the morning.
So you master your morning.
How do you master the morning?
Yoga, deep breathing, meditation. Oh. Just, something that can be added to your morning ritual. So that when you see Donald Trump's mug up on TV, all right, when he's yapping, or Biden's saying something, you can just channel, just master your morning.
May Papa throw in one more thing to master your morning?
Yeah.
As you're listening to the Rizzo and Jeff Show, you tell one friend about the Rizzo and Jeff Show because we do not talk politics. We just have fun and, talk about, boats that sink and Alpo. Alpo dudes.
Yeah, as you can tell, we've mastered our morning.
It's the radio. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Wouldn't it suck if you had to pay for me? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. All this great music and the laughs, or tears, depending on where you land, on the Rizzo and Jeff Show, we'll never charge you to listen. We pay for enough stuff. We just want you to laugh and keep rocking. The Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
It's 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. We got Johnny on the phone. Johnny, good morning. What's up, man?
I'm just heading that way. Got to go to the grinder.
Oh, to the grinder. Did you hear the guy calling about 26? He beat you to it. What's going on? You're 26 and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, I can't be everywhere, but I'm everywhere to everybody. Okay, man?
That's it.
So, what's going on over on 26? 'Cause I'm about ready to get there.
Well, from what I hear, we have a real slowdown right by Brevard. You know what I mean? It's really causing quite the consternation. You know that.
Well, it's all right. I might just go down through 191 Bent Creek. Okay.
That might be the way to go. Apparently, there's a lot of popo out there too. You don't want to. You know what I mean? You just don't want to. You don't want to get involved.
You can't
know?
risk it. You can't risk it.
It's all right. I can talk my way out of it. Now listen. Okay. So I heard that old Kamala was actually going to be in the Olympics.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, right. Yeah. What do you hear she's doing?
Oh, she's doing the pole vault, I think.
Think she'll be good at that?
Think she'll
get a gold medal
vote there?
Oh, that's going to be a triple gold, but probably get the most in the world. But anyway, old Trump, he's going to be in the triathlon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You think he's going to be a triathlete, old Trumpy?
Talking a bronze medal there?
Well, I mean, could you imagine seeing Trump in some Speedos on one of them bicycles, running around up on the hill there, and then having to dive into a big giant pond trying to make it back?
So Trump in a Speedo running around and diving into a pool. Can't imagine it, but now that I've done it, I like it.
Now there's only one left.
Like it. Now there's only one
What's Biden doing?
Biden? Who's that?
No.
I done forgot.
You done forgot?
Yeah,
I was going to say maybe he's working the cotton candy machine, man,
Yeah, he probably wouldn't remember where to get the candy from. But anyway, besides that, hey, listen. Yesterday, you boys said you was going to put on some AC/DC, and I didn't make it, didn't hear it, didn't get the word, whatever, man.
Well,
got to hear it.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You just heard Van Halen. Hell's Bells is coming up next. How's a little Hell's Bells for you? What do you say, huh?
Yep, that'll be good. So I'm going to cruise around the back side, and don't forget, Kamala's going to get the gold in the pole vault.
Thank you for your political assessment. We will call you for all of our political needs, Johnny. You hear me?
Heading to DraftKings right now. Thanks.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo! All right, Johnny, here's some Hell's Bells, buddy. We'll talk to you soon, all right? It is 105.9 The Mount Nashville's Classic Rock. I have never answered the phone this way, but I'm very excited too. The Great Murdocho is on the phone. Go ahead, the Great Murdocho. Floor's yours.
Yeah, in 1992 or 93, I believe, Brendan Fraser was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And it was a feat because he had almost no lines. He had to do it all through improv and, just facial expressions and stuff. It was for the role that he had in Encino Man. And one of his only actual spoken lines was, Radmobile.
That's it? And he was nominated for a Golden Globe Award?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We got it now.
You got me. All right. You got me. All right. Fair enough. So you think he sucks too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. You run into the theaters to go see him as Dwight D. Eisenhower?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Same thing with Matt Damon being an action hero. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. And you're right. You don't buy him as that. You don't buy Brendan Fraser as really an actor.
Yeah.
I guess is kind of
a
what
war
it is.
hero, a president. No, none of them. I don't see Brendan Fraser in that role. Not believable.
I love it.
No.
I love it. The great Randolfo.
Murdocho. Come on, you got to get it right if he's going to be calling again. Murdocho.
Murdocho. Do me a favor. Hang on for just 1 second. Jeff is going to get your phone number. You are qualified for those tickets to go to Silky Mountain Water Park. Don't go anywhere, guys. The Rizzo and Jeff Show continues after this saying, hey, what's wrong with a little bit of a dirty burgle? That's right, a dirty burgle. All right, it's 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's Classic Rock. It is 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's Classic Rock. You are listening to the Rizzo and Jeff Show. I am not advocating for burglary. However, a dirty burgle is necessary in some occasions. And before listener court, I figured that maybe we could suss this out just a little bit here, Jeff. The dirty burgle. There was a man who was arrested for breaking into someone's home, but he was taking a shower.
Okay.
Because he wasn't stealing nothing. He wasn't doing anything wrong. All right, he was just a little dirty.
Okay.
And you know what? Maybe he couldn't get to a truck stop shower. And you know what happens in those truck stop showers, Jeff? That's a dangerous place to be.
Not always. It depends on if you go to a nice one. There's some where you can pay
he can't walk to a Flying J, Jeff. He didn't have a car.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have these on the highways there, but if they do, there's places where you can purchase to go into the showers and the door locks behind you, and they kind of clean themselves. There's some really nice ones out there.
I did one in Tennessee when I was driving back with the Bam Bean.
Now, on the back side of that, there's also truck stops that aren't so pleasurable. Now look, it depends. But look, you can't just go into somebody's house. That's their private space. It's you just can't do it. I don't want you in my bathroom. You don't want other people using your toilet. I sure as heck don't want anybody else using my shower. Okay.
Okay. See, that I understand, but my problem is, can we just at least? And this guy was arrested. They took him out of the house. There was this, it was that. It was like, come on, man. The guy's just taking a shower. Why are we persecuting a man who wants to bathe? Because and again, what they say in the police report is that he used this woman's loofah. He was using her shampoo. Well, guess what? How else is he supposed to clean it? Have you seen Happy Gilmore? Was he supposed to jump into a golf course and take a bath in the golf course lake?
I never knew that you had such a special place in your heart for people that need a shower. And
I do, Jeff. I do.
Like you just see somebody and you go, "Oh, heartbreaking. Could use a shower." And what do? You walk up to them, start offering people showers at your spot.
Right? You know what? Yeah. I would.
Why don't you just?
I would. If my landlord wouldn't shoot me, I would.
Go to Merriman. Okay. Go to Staples.
Okay.
Get yourself. I think it's like $19.99. You can get 1,000 just plain old business cards.
Okay.
Right. And you roll
with
them up.
my address.
Yeah. Shower on me, and then
and then drive down Patton Ave.
That's the name of your company. The name of your company is Shower on Me. You're right. You come up with a theme song, whatever it may be, since you're so concerned about dirty people, that you can have them just come on over, give your address, and they can knock on the door. And, you just have hours where they can just come in and shower on you. Totally free.
So let's say my hours start at 1 o'clock. 1 p.m.
Right.
So shower on me,
right.
Brought to you by Rizzo.
Right.
I go, what do you think, 1 to 6? Because the Bam Beans got to eat and go to bed.
Okay, so what do? You answer the door. What do you have on? A shower cap and a robe, Hefner?
I got a robe on. But what I do is I hand them a brush. I hand them a loofah because Baby Hands has tons of loofahs.
Right.
I have a particular loofah, and then I say, please use, because I have 2 showers, please use the guest shower, and then I also have clean fluff towels, and I'm offering them a shower, so shower on me. So you know what? I like this, because I'm thinking of people as I'm getting off of Exit 7, getting to the Panda Express or the Panera Bread, bam, shower on me. Patton Avenue, bam, shower on me. Get in my car, sir, shower on me. I think this is a beautiful business.
Up in the right. Look, I'll tell you, when times are getting financially tough, when you're coming up with business ideas and letting random people shower in your house, for at least a tip. You just got to tip me at least, okay?
Is this exposed how treacherous life has become?
Well, things are going to be exposed. Probably not things you want.
Shower on me!
Text a message to Rizzo and Jeff now to 828-240-1059.
1059 The Mount Asheville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, before I get to what Listener Court's going to be about in just a few minutes here, there was a text or a message that came in about somebody paying. What was it about?
Yeah, we talked about your new business where you invite people to
shower at my home.
Shower at your home for free because you're so concerned about how dirty people are. Your company's called Shower on Me, we've decided.
Shower on Me.
Ziggy from Black Mountain says he'd be a big tipper for a Rizzo shower.
Would he really?
Ziggy? So, yeah, Ziggy.
Well, Ziggy, what a perfect segue, because we're going to be talking about tipping in Listener Court. And this is the crux of it. I want you to think about that mom who was dined and dashed on, okay?
No,
yes. I want you to think about her, because Jeff and I are going to be talking about the takeout tip. Do you tip somebody when you do takeout, you pick up a pizza, you pick up a burger, you pick up, I don't know, a roast beef sandwich.
So I go get a hot and ready from Little Caesars, and I'm confused. I'm expected to tip the kid at Little Caesars because I got a hot and ready.
Yes. Yeah, you are, actually, because they made your food for you, and all you're doing is walking your fat butt inside the store. And here's the thing. There's a reason that we're talking about this. There's a news story that's going all around. It's a huge viral story about a guy who, I guess, was chased after by the staff of a local
pizza place.
Local establishment where they were like, hey, you didn't tip us. And the guy said, why would I tip you? It's carry out. Well, dude, nobody's asking for $40, but you leave $1.
No,
you know what I mean? You leave $1.
You never tip for takeout. And by the way, I think it's even irrational to even do so. To even think about it is ridiculous.
Is irrational?
Yes, I really believe that to be the case. Yep.
All right, so we're going to be talking about that in listener court. And by the way, thank you, Ziggy from Black Mountain, for wanting to tip for my shower. So I'm hoping maybe you'll be on my side. 828-240-1059. Do you believe, and that will be the crux of listener court. I'll give my side, Jeff will give his side, coming up in just a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes or so. But 828-240-1059, should you tip when it comes to takeout? Now, I know Asheville's a service town. A lot of you make your money off of tips. A lot of you feel bad for that lady who was a waitress. She got dined and dashed on. Think about that. We live on tips. This is a service town, a vacation town. You mean to tell me you can't leave $1 for somebody at Dunkin' Donuts?
I cannot. And I will not. How about that?
You cannot and you will not.
Yeah.
All right, 828-240-1059. That is listener court, and it's coming up in about 10 minutes.
Rizzo and Jeff have a problem they need help with, and you decide the outcome. Sort of like when you were caught speeding on 26, but you know it wasn't your fault? Kind of like that, except one of them is really in the wrong. Listener court is next on 105.9 The Mountain. It's time for listener court. Kind of like Kramer and Kramer, but not as good. Or educated, or without real lawyers. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Listener court begins now. Court is in session on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 The Mountain. This is the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, you have a problem.
Oh, yeah, I have a big problem, and this all stems from a story that's going viral, and it has to do with the tipping culture in America. A story going viral of somebody who had gone to a pizza place. They ordered the pizzas, drove in, picked them up, and was going to leave. But two of the employees, one of them actually being a manager, chased out this person because they did not leave a tip on an order they came to pick up. And I think that is a big problem. And if you are with me, I need to hear you speak out on this, because somebody's got to stop this tipping culture at some point. At 828-240-1059, we have to calm it, because if I go to a restaurant, if I go to a pizza place, and I am using my gas to drive over there to pick up the food that I made the call and ordered, I should not then have to turn around and leave you a tip. I never remember it being this bad. So on takeout orders, I think it is absolutely preposterous. You hear me? Preposterous that you would make somebody, okay, tip you when they are doing it to come get you. Now, the food I'm getting, of course, you've marked it up, so you're making money off of me. All I'm asking you to do is the service that you have started a business to provide, all right? And if I sat down in your restaurant and a waitress helped me out and, I'm using all the utensils that are there, all those types of things, yes, I expect that if I'm sitting down to eat that I will tip you. But if I go out of my way to come pick up the food, my way to come grab it at the restaurant, do I got to tip the guy at Little Caesars because he makes a pizza and then puts it into the portal and then I take it out of the portal? Do I have to leave a tip there as well? I've just about had it.
Yeah, someone made your food, bro.
So what? That's the gig.
828-240-1059. Do you agree with this cheap?
It's not cheap.
Cheap, angry non-tipper. It is what it is. You're going to hear the real truth.
It's not the truth.
You're going to hear.
It's Time for Listener Court. Rizzo and Jeff have a problem they need help with, and you decide the outcome. Sort of like when you were caught speeding on 26, but you know it wasn't your fault. Kind of like that, except one of them is really in the wrong. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Listener Court begins now. Court is in session on 105.9 The Mountain.
I am upset about something on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. It is 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. It is 8:12 a.m. And at 8:12 a.m., all I see is a pool of ignorance. I see a pool of people who do not care. I see a pool of people who seem to think that things are meant to just be made for them. I see pools of people who say, well, you know what? It's just the pizza. It's just the coffee. It's just the burger. I'm not sitting down. No, you know what? You're not. But you're walking in somewhere getting piping hot, fresh food made for you so you could just, boop, drive right home and eat it with pretty easy convenience. I look at people like Jeff and the people who are on hold, which we'll get to in a moment here, and I see people who do not seem to understand that people rely on those tips.
You do not tip on takeout.
You tip on takeout, but it is not an exorbitant tip. It is not a 5, 10, 15, unless you're friends. Like I go to Favilla's, I throw them $5, $10. They're my friends, right? All right, I go to Nachos and Beer. They're my friends. I throw them $5, $10. But if I'm at Dunkin', you shame me for giving them $1. You're like, oh, what are you going to do with $1? Well, guess what, man? If 100 people tipped $1, they'd walk out with 100 extra bucks that day. But that's too much for you. That's too much to tip for $1 for a coffee. Excuse me that they make coffee and it's their job. Okay, I get it. Not every job is tip worthy, but I will say if it's a service job, be it a coffee store, be it a pizza store, be it a burger store, like the Cookout. Okay, I'll even go so far as to say our friends at Blossman, okay, who have the white goods sale going on this Friday. You know what? I'd even tip Tim and the guys at Blossman.
Sorry, Tim. No tip.
All right, no tip for Tim. All right, 828-240-1059. Are you telling me that there's not a human being, in this town of service, this vacation community that relies on tips, that believes that you shouldn't leave $1 for somebody that makes you a coffee? What world are we in, people? What world? 828-240-1059. You want Soaky Mountain Water Park tickets? Then make your case.
Haven't you always wanted to pass judgment on these guys publicly? We get it. Us too. Now's your chance. Time to do your best night court impression. Call Rizzo and Jeff now.
105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff Show. To tip or not tip during the takeout. So when you take out food, get a coffee, get a pizza, get a drink, do you leave a tip, yes or no? 105.9 The Mountain, good morning. Hello.
I think you're missing the point of the tipping culture entirely.
Okay.
And that is that they're not being paid enough by the people that they work for, who are currently raking in huge profits and not sharing that with their employees.
Okay, so let's just say you go to a Little Caesars. Let's say you go to something like that. Let's say they're making, $20 an hour. I'm not saying, leave them $30, but I'm saying they're making you a coffee, throw them $1. You know what I mean?
If they were paid correctly, we wouldn't need to do that, would we?
Okay, so you're saying two tip on the takeout. All right.
I can't disagree with you there. So you're saying that okay, so do you...
I'm saying that we're not paying these people enough.
Fair enough.
The companies are making record profits, and that is a reprehensible place to be.
You know what? Listen, I mean, do you at least leave a tip, when you go into...
Yes, I do, but I don't think I should have to. Right. And I don't think every time I walk into someplace and get a cup of coffee where the person takes 30 seconds to do it, I should be asked to give them extra money.
Right. Well, right, because if they made $25 or $30 an hour, then you wouldn't have to.
If they made a living wage, we wouldn't have to support them with tips.
Well, which is a completely, I mean, it's a great, point, but a completely different issue entirely. I appreciate your call. Hang on for just 1 second. We'll get your number. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to count that as a vote for me or for Jeff. That's a no vote. It's a point, but it's not a vote, Jeff.
Yeah,
so,
it's indifferent. You do it, but you don't want to, but you do. No, that doesn't count.
So we're going to keep taking your calls. ZZ Top is next. Let's see if I can't go. Let's see. You won twice. So let's see if I can't go 13-2.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Or am I going to go 12-3? Either way, I'm okay. But there's got to be people out there, 828-240-1059, that agree, aside from this guy who thinks that people are underpaid, which, that's a different discussion for a different day, that you leave a buck for a coffee. It's human nature. Be a human. Don't be a Jeffy. It is 105.9 The Mount Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Jeff, a viral story's been going around, and for the people that are just tuning in, we're in the middle of listener court. What is that viral story? It's about tipping.
Yeah, well, we know the tipping culture's gotten crazy, but quickly, a guy went in to pick up pizzas that he ordered, and because he didn't leave a tip, he went in to get them. He drove there, got them. The manager and an employee chased him out demanding a tip. You shouldn't have to tip on carryout.
I fundamentally disagree. We had one guy call. He made a point, but I don't count that. So the lines are filled. So I think Jeff is not our Jeff, but Jeff is up first. So Jeff, good morning. So let me get this straight. You're saying if you pick up the food, you should not have to leave the tip.
Right.
Wow, okay. So then basically what you're saying is what? I guess, everyone just works for free?
It's my guess. I'm using the drive there to go get it.
They don't work for free. I mean, they get paid, but if you come into a restaurant and sit down and they serve you, yeah, you should have to leave a tip.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate your weighing in this morning. Let's get to our next caller here. What do you think? Should we have to leave a tip for takeout, yay or nay?
Honestly, if I have to go out of my way, get in my car, and go pick up the food myself, I do not think we should have to tip.
Oh, I
totally 110% agree. I don't understand why this is so difficult. Do we have to tip for everything these days? It's like, come on, I'm doing the work.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It's too much work for you to go into your car and pick up food already made for you?
No, it's not too much work, but if I'm expected to leave a tip because I have to come out of my way to go to a restaurant and pick it up, then that's not a thing. Now, when I go sit in a restaurant and I'm getting serviced, like getting drink refills and condiments, I leave pretty decent tips. But if I have to go get it, I'm not going to leave a tip.
I'm with you, buddy.
Oh, wow.
I'm with you, buddy.
Look at that. Strong words. I might get swept. Thank you for the call. All right, 105.9 The Mountain. What do you got here? Hello.
No tipping on to-go order.
I totally agree.
You didn't do nothing but your normal job, so I'm not giving you a tip for doing above your normal job that what you get paid for already.
Are you kidding me?
I love it.
I'm so serious. You're already getting paid for that service. You're not doing anything extra, so I'm not giving you a tip. That's
you got it. You got it, Captain. I appreciate it.
I can't. And listen, I appreciate your call. I can't. Is there somebody with sense here? Hello? I guess not. So what you're telling me is we had one guy that, was indifferent, and then we have a clean sweep. Maybe there's one person that could just give me something. Hello, 105.9 The Mountain. Go ahead.
No, they're not getting. If they're going to make me a cup of coffee, or if I walk in to get something, they are not going to get a tip. They chase me down if they want to. If they ain't going to get nothing.
Damn right. Damn right. We got to stand up against these tip maniacs at some point.
Yeah. I don't tip. I have had people scoff at me. I mean, the employees scoff at me. I'm like, you can just go to hell because you're not getting more money.
Yes. Well, I don't want to be scoffed at.
So you don't mind being a scofflaw then?
No, man. If they're getting paid to do that job. They accepted that job. They're getting paid a wage. They don't like it. Go find something else to do.
I like it. You need to lead the charge, my friend.
You are a tough cookie. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you should run for mayor or something. Jeff will vote for you.
Yes, I'll be your campaign manager.
I don't have the mentality for that, but thank you anyways.
Hey, hey, listen, thank you for listening to the Rizzo and Jeff Show. We appreciate you, buddy, okay?
Another ruling and lesson in the books, and still they learned nothing. We'll just have to try again next week. Listener Court, every Tuesday at 8 a.m. on 105.9 The Mountain.
We have Matt on line one. Matt, good morning. What do you think here, Matt?
All right, here's my thing.
Yep.
If I'm going in to Starbucks to get like a black coffee, and all they got to do is push a button, put the coffee in a cup, and hand it to me,
okay,
I'm not going to tip them.
Okay.
If I'm going into a restaurant to pick up food, I'm going to leave a tip because that tip doesn't go to a waiter. It goes to the cook back in the back that made your food for you, who's making less than minimum wage in most cases because the tip is added into their salary.
Okay.
So I'm going to help them boys out. I used to work back there. I know what it's like. I'm going to leave a tip. I'm going to leave a decent one because I want to help them boys and girls out so that they can make a decent living for their families.
See, you know what?
That's my thing.
And you know what? That's the right way to think. And you know what? I appreciate you weighing in on this morning. Thank you very much for your call, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You have a good day.
You do the same,
too.
buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you. Let's go to James. James, good morning. What do you got, buddy?
I'm just saying, man, if I got to stand and place my order, I'm not leaving a tip.
I agree. 110%.
I mean, you don't tip at McDonald's, so...
I get it. That's fast food, but somebody is literally like making some. I mean, put $1 in a jar, man. That's all I'm saying, James. I'm not asking you to put $15 somewhere, man.
I'm getting tired of it.
If I have to stand there and place my order and walk out with it, you're doing nothing but making my order. I mean, it's not like you're bringing me anything,
right?
You know?
And prices are high enough as it is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. James, I mean, I disagree with you, but I totally get what you're saying. I appreciate you weighing in this morning. Let's see. Good morning. What do you think about this tip situation here?
Well, I think it's based on what they make. So if they're making $2 an hour, and I've got a to-go order from what would normally be a sit-down restaurant, and the bartender, has packaged my meal and prepared it and all that stuff, then, yeah, they should get a tip. They're working 4 tips.
Right, like at Outback or Olive Garden or something. Right, I get that,
correct.
Yeah.
But if they're making a normal wage, if they're making $8 or $10 an hour, there's not a chance.
Really?
There's not a chance they're getting a tip.
So if you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you're not leaving $1 in the cup?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Wow.
They're making more than $2.50 and $2.35 an hour, like regular waitresses are. But if a waitress takes my order over the phone, prepares my order, packages it, and misses out on a table, and she's making $2.35 an hour, she gets a tip. But if I go to Subway and they take instruction on how I want my sandwich made,
right,
they're not getting a tip.
Okay, listen, I will give you the sandwich instruction, and I appreciate you listening and calling the Rizzo and Jeff Show this morning. 105.9 The Mountain, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What do you think?
They're supplying a service. I don't care if you're picking it up. Tip them.
Tip them. So if you're supplying a service, you don't care, tip them because they're giving you some kind of service.
I go to a hair salon. I use the owner. The owner owns the place. I still tip her.
See?
Even though she's making money from owning the hair salon, I still tip her. They're doing a service for you. It doesn't matter if you're going to pick it up.
Right.
They're preparing the food. They're getting it ready for you. They cash you out when you get there. That's a service.
Yes, it is, because you can do it at your own house if you didn't want to pay for it, right?
Yeah, you could have made your own pizza.
Darn
All
right.
right, let's just give all our money
Darn
away.
right.
Sounds good.
Darn
All right.
You know what? That's the way I like. See, there's kindness in the world. Thank you. That's going to come back tenfold. I appreciate you listening to the Rizzo and Jeff Show. You're the best. Let's just stop this before it gets out of control here. All right, it is what it is. You guys are cheap, except for the few people who are nice. Be Jeffy. You're all Jeffy. Okay?
Yeah, Jeffy. It's okay being a Jeffy.
It's not okay. The Jeff News Network on 105.9, the Mount Nashville's Classic Rock, has become a beacon of information, a hub where everyone gathers around their radio and the fire, and they sit and they wait for it. And as you're gathered around your fire and you hear that crackle.
Nothing like firing up a fire in the summer inside your house. That's good. Good call.
As the crackle cracks,
all right.
We want to say thank you to our good friends.
If it's crackling and there's a fire in your house, get out before the JNN ends. Okay.
It's brought to you by good friends at Train Heating and Cooling Systems that are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you, because we all run together. Visit traininfo.com. Find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com, because it's hard to stop a train.
From Asheville to, well, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
That crackling you hear could be maybe one of your vape pens exploding. That's possible, but there is we're even bringing technology, high-end technology, Rizzo, to vape pens, okay? Because there's a new company called Swipe.
I know.
And they are selling a new vape pen that's also a phone and fitness tracker. And you see people in their car, whatever it may be, in your vape pen, it is what it is. It pairs with your normal phone, and a screen on the side lets you check social media and text messages. So they cost around $20. Now, they're disposable. That's the thing. It's how bad do you want it, right? So they dispose around $20, and you throw them away when the vape pen runs out. So even when you're vaping, you can check the screen on the side, your social media. You can send text messages while you vape. All of it. You could just vape and text.
But do you have to change your number? I mean, see, this is what I don't understand. You throw it away.
You pair it. You Bluetooth it, I guess. That's how you would do it.
Okay, so then what do you throw away? The actual phone or the vape cartridge that attaches? Because it looks to me, I'm looking at it, it looks like a vape that looks like a flip phone. So then theoretically, if you throw it away, aren't you throwing away a phone?
I don't think so. I think you're just, I think it just quickly, I think the whole thing goes. That's what it says. So you throw them away when the vape pen runs out. That's what it says. So I guess the whole thing just goes. You toss it.
You give it a toss?
It's got a couple of video games pre-installed, a weather app.
Swipe.
Fitness, yeah.
But see, now look at this. I'm going to turn around. So then, okay, so if you have a phone number, what do you do with it? Or like, do you have to get how do you keep the number? Is there a chip in there?
No, I think you're overthinking it. I think it's just something. It's basically a disposable. Basically, I don't know, attachment for your phone that you could just, while you're vaping, you use it. And once it's done, you just get rid of it altogether, I guess.
Okay, because to me, it looks like a digital screen phone vapey thing that you throw out, so it looks like a burner phone. So I guess if you're into burner phones.
Well, to me, it looks like some way, somehow, somebody gets your information. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. I tell you,
that's true. It looks like there's a lot going on there. Yeah. How about this? Just
too much for you to handle in the moment.
That's a lot. That's a lot of information for me to process. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Get your move. Stir in the cold.
We're going to talk about a depressed bear.
That's more my speed.
World famous, never imitated, never duplicated, and barely making it. The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
And the fire crackles on.
Yeah. Well, look. We're seeing a lot more bears lately. We'd had an encounter.
Yesterday.
An encounter yesterday in my development, which is crazy, not too far from Pat and Ave.
I texted you, but what I did, the mistake I made was I sent you a video. And you had taken Teddy out immediately when I dropped you off. So then what happened is that you encountered this bear before you watched the video.
I did. Well, instead of you putting a video up, if you dropped me off, you went down the hill. and then coming up the hill was the bear. Instead of you recording the video, what you could have said was, or called me and said, hey, watch out, there's a bear coming, because it was at about 25 feet of me walking my dog.
Yes, that's what why do you think I sent it to you?
Yeah,
the video.
It was too late. It was too late. You should have just called. Okay,
but you said
first.
that you don't. You said that you don't enjoy the call, so I can't call you. I can't text you. I can't video. I can't send you the potato parcel.
All right, 400-pound bear.
You'll answer?
Almost name me. I'll answer for that.
Okay, all right.
Just make it quick.
Okay.
So there's a bear in Florida, and they are warning residents and people that are driving down the road. Do not take a picture with this bear, because this is known for some reason as a depressed bear. And people know in the area that this is a depressed bear, and it's a bear that has shown signs of severe stress, sometimes just sits on the side of the road, somber. And what people do is they've been pulling over with this somber bear, pulling over and sitting next to it and taking selfies with the bear, because it is a somber, sad bear. So they're trying to let you know, this is how dumb people are sometimes.
And people
don't get out of your car and just take a picture with sad Yogi. Hey,
boo-boo.
Right, so if you're hopping on a plane,
a picnic basket,
and you're heading to Fort Walton Beach, and maybe you rent a car, and you're driving down Highway 98, and you're just taking a trip, and you happen to see a sad bear on the side of the road, let it be sad. Okay.
So let me get this straight. Your advice is, 1, let the bear be sad. 2, ignore the sad bear.
Yes.
Don't try. I do 2 things. 1, I try to give it a hug. 2, selfie. 3, I bring in a picnic basket.
Yeah.
I bet you all it's waiting for, Jeff, is a picnic basket. So just bring it. Bring it a green hat.
What are you going to do?
And a picnic basket.
What are you going to put in there? See, it's like you would at a police station. You would drop off donuts. What are you going to put in there? Honey. That's going to be your thing. A jar of honey.
I would do a jar. You want to know what I do? I do a jar of honey.
Yeah.
I would do raw meat. I would do some sort of bread spread and maybe a charcuterie board.
Okay. All of it, all right? I'm sure that's what a bear would love. Some rolled up cured meats and a little brie.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So, a father not too far away in Tennessee was close to losing out on $1 million lottery ticket, okay? After a store clerk allegedly stole the ticket and tried to collect the prize. So this is what happened. So the guy, he bought 2 winning tickets at a Shell gas station. Okay, he gave them to the clerk. Now I guess legitimately he didn't read how much one of them was. Right? Sometimes you read through those things, it's quick, and you go, "Oh, I got $50 out of this." Okay, he didn't realize that one of them was $1 million.
What?
So what the clerk did is he looked at the ticket. He knew it was $1 million winner, but he said, "Oh, it's not. Oh, this is a loser," and he put it into the trash can. He gave him the money for the other winning ticket, which was a lot less. Okay, whether it was $100, whatever it may be, and the guy goes, "Oh, okay, this is a good day for me," and then that guy leaves the store. Well, there's video of the store clerk they see with the $1 million winning ticket that he threw away and told the guy wasn't a winner, jumping up and down as if he was going to win the $1 million. And they wound up nailing him on it. So
okay, let me get this straight. You know what? And I'm sorry to say this. A lot of people who called today while we were doing listener court and talking about, leaving a tip, a lot of you are Jeffies. This is another Jeffy kind of move. How dare you set someone up when you know it's $1 million winner? So instead of just saying to the clerk, "Hey, bro, you're a liar, I'll go somewhere else or cash a ticket," you set them up?
Well,
why?
Nobody was set up with this scenario.
Yes, they were.
No, he got the tickets, and he could have been an older gentleman and didn't realize that one of them was $1 million winner. So when he handed them to the clerk to get his money, the clerk took the $1 million winner, threw it away, told him it wasn't a winner, and gave him the money for the lesser ticket. Now, the employees that worked at the gas station were kind of suspicious when he tried to cash this puppy in at the Tennessee lottery, and they wound up diming him out on it.
But okay, I guess okay. So it was the employees, and then how did they know? So they looked at the video and they found out that it was this elder gentleman.
Right. So
so they contacted the elder.
Well, no, they didn't contact. This is not that confusing.
I'm so lost.
I walk in.
What's happening?
I walk in.
Okay,
I get 2 scratch-off tickets.
Scratch-offs, got it.
I don't realize that one of them's $1 million winner.
I'm the cashier. You give me 2 tickets.
I hand them both to you.
You give them to me. Got
you,
it.
as the cashier, know one of them's $1 million.
Okay.
But you pretend that it's a loser.
Oh, sorry, Jeff, and I throw it out.
You throw it into the trash can.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
But it's $1 million.
But it's $1 million.
Okay, got it.
You give me the money for the other one because they both won, so it's only like $50.
All right, here's $50, Jeff.
You try to go cash it in at the Tennessee Lottery,
the one in the trash.
But you wound up saying a little too much, and then people looked at the video and saw you jumping up and down, realizing that that was a winner. So it was suspicious.
Okay, fair enough. So then did they give the money to the guy who then threw it out?
Yes. So he wound up getting it, yes. And now this guy's getting nailed on theft over $250,000, which
isn't
becomes
that like
a felony.
super grand larceny? And
yes, the whole thing. Yeah. So
see, all you had to do was walk me through that.
Yeah. So good luck to you, Mir Patel. That's his name. It is.
Is it?
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other's life fell to pieces and his fiance is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on 105.9 The Mountain.
105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, The Rizzo and Jeff Show. And if you've ever wanted to be a stick figure, boy, are you in luck. Jeff, have you ever said to yourself, gosh, I'd like to be a stick figure today?
Yeah, and he said 40 hit, and then I decided, I wish I could go back to being a stick figure, but, those days are over.
Well, there's this new camera, and I actually love this idea because it works with anonymity, protecting your privacy. And privacy is important to all of us, and this camera protects your privacy by replacing you with just a stick figure. So, and of course, I found this inside of the potato parcel. There is a lens created by a company called Privacy Lens that captures standard digital pictures and video. Okay, and when this lens senses body heat, the sensor turns you into a stick figure. And it's great because, our phones, they catch people doing this and that. But if you want a picture that you just don't want to be in, maybe it's a family picture, maybe it's a work company picture, whatever the picture may be, you are just a stick figure. And it's actually fantastic. So if you're holding like a box of donuts or something, and this is like, you. So there's a picture I'm showing Jeff of a guy holding some donuts. Well, look at what it turns you into. Just a nice stick figure. Okay.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why?
It's brilliant.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What's the point?
Do you want... Okay, so let's just say that you were doing something wrong there.
Okay.
What
would I be doing wrong?
Well, I don't know what you'd be doing wrong.
Where are the stick figures' hands, by the way? Why are they there?
Maybe it's a tubing.
Okay. Oh, right? A tubing. I see he was on TV the other day.
He was on... So here's the thing. Maybe... he would, if he was a stick figure, would have known what was going on.
Okay.
Right? And so I love this idea. And I've always thought, man, and by the way, look at the feet. So it squares out your feet, right?
Yeah.
It gives you a 1 leg, 2 leg, 1. And by the way, your waist, very thin.
Yeah.
Gives you a perfect chest build right there. And then 1 arm with just doot, and then just 3 little dot fingers, just like that. And your body is replaced with a stick figure.
Yeah, this one did it for you, huh? This is the one. This is the thing today. This is it, huh?
Listen.
This is the big kahuna.
Listen.
This is the one.
Listen.
He's a stick figure. This is the one that really just...
This is like my rooster one yesterday.
Yeah.
There's always one that really, really gets to me. And this was the story today that really, because cameras provide rich information.
Okay.
Right? It tracks exercise habits, stuff like that. But let's say an elderly person falls. They don't want a picture of that. So instead, you're just a stick figure on the ground. You don't see a picture of grandma falling. You see, bam, stick figure on the ground. Let's say somebody is,
Why are you taking pictures of grandma falling? What happened to Grandma? She's taking a tumble.
She fell. She's old.
Okay.
All right, so that happens, and God rest her soul. I miss you every day, Mama Myrene, but she's not here anymore. But when she fell, I wouldn't want anyone taking pictures of her, so I'd rather her be a stick figure.
Okay.
So are you not seeing that this invention, how it could help not only the elderly, but it could help maybe a person that's in a Tubin-like situation, or it could even help maybe somebody who doesn't want to be part of your picnic?
The original picture will somehow always be there, okay? And Tubin could try to come on and save his career all he wants, but we will all go back to what Tubin did, all right? Tubin, you're up to? Come on, dude. It's the middle of the day, Tubin. Just keep your clothes on. Keep it in, all right? Let it be.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One loves Frasier, and the other's still into wrestling. Who's who? Find out more interesting tidbits about them every morning, right here on 105.9 The Mountain.
It is 105.9 Mount Asheville's Classic Rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff Show, and it is time for things that did not make the show.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
Jeff, earlier in the in opening audio at 6 o'clock this morning, we talked a little bit about the Olympics. Now, what we didn't get to today was that an Olympic sport is breakdancing. And breakdancing is now, I guess, you go to the Olympics, you sleep on a cardboard bed, you compete for gold all over the country, all over the world with different countries.
It's a sport. Breakdancing is an Olympic sport.
Is it, though? Yeah. Any more than video gaming? I mean, yes. So the 4 breakdancing songs that will be used at the Olympics by Team USA are as follows. Now, this was the OG, came out in 1984. I guess when it was really kind of like an underground thing. It's got a neat little beat, right? But again, they have routines to not only that song, but they have routines to 3 other songs. And what they haven't released is what routine they're going to do. Here's the second one. Now, what you're hearing is them banging drums and buckets. So you hear them banging drums and buckets. Right. So they might be a little creative. But then I say to myself, well, then what's this?
Let's go, UC Rock! Flex powerful rhymes you get down to. Maintain the claim of wax that I style you with.
I actually kind of like this one. Wow. This isn't bad, right?
You're telling me that you wouldn't watch any of this at the Olympics? This is something you'd watch, I bet. What are you going to watch?
Over what?
What are you going to watch?
Over what?
The breaststroke? What are you going to watch?
It's okay. And again, I'm not...
It's shot put? What are you going to watch?
Jeff, it's an Olympian thing. Are you an Olympian if you could shake your tail feathers to this? Are you a Ryan Phelps?
Well,
if you get, a Ryan Lochte or a Michael Phelps, if you get 8 gold medals because you can get down to the beat.
Okay, well, maybe they can't. Maybe those guys can't get down to the beat. So, that's where it's... Well, hey, I'm going to watch this in the Olympics.
Listen, allegedly, and I'm just going to throw it out there, word has it that the North Koreans are pretty good breakdancers.
Okay, are they?
That's what word on the street is. I don't know if you follow the street beat of breakdancing, but word on the street is the NKs.
Yeah.
They're coming, the North Koreans.
Well, I got to tell you, I do not talk to people on the street about the Koreans and their breakdancing, but I guess I should.
You better.
Right, I will.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
I think it bears repeating because, well, it's important.
Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer winner. That is what I'd truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer winner,
unless I flipped over on a highway and then caused traffic in Chicago.
I would assume that the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile gig, the big part of the gig is to keep the Wienermobile upright.
Upright would be a big part of it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Upright would be a big part.
Crashing that. Now, I wonder, do you lose your job if you crash it? Is it all over?
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
Your job is to drive the Wienermobile. You're fired. You're fired.
I'm looking at it on the back of a tow truck. They got it upright. They got it on a flatbed.
Yep.
And that's just it for you, I guess, huh? No injuries reported. No injuries reported, though. So it was on a busy Chicago highway. Yeah,
you're done, man.
It's over for you.
If you can't even get it together, you know what I mean? Like to just get the Wienermobile going.
Yeah, bro. If you can't run the Wienermobile,
you can't drive
as a
the
summer
Wiener
job.
Yeah,
it's lights out for you.
Lights out for you. All right.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
And finally, Brendan Fraser, the worst actor of all time, has been dubbed the best actor of all time because of his performance in a little movie where he did something like this.
People are incapable of not caring. People are amazing.
Okay, so 8 minutes of that, standing ovation. It was awful. He's awful. It is what it is. He has now been dubbed to be...
Ike for president, Ike for president, Ike for president, Ike for president. You like Ike, I like Ike, everybody likes Ike.
Oh, do ya?
Hang out the banner, beat the drum. We'll take Ike to Washington. We don't want John or Harry. Let's do that big job right. Just get in step with the guy that's left. Get in step with Ike. You like Ike, I like Ike, everybody likes Ike for president. Hang out the banner,
Be honest, okay?
Yeah.
we'll take Ike to Washington.
Nobody wants to hear the entire song, but you just really enjoy the song. And I think about 10 seconds or less of that song suffices for what we need to talk about. For you to run the entire, 30 seconds?
It's 27 seconds,
just so
Jeff.
you can bob your head. You have to have time constraints on things from the 50s.
Jeff, here's the thing.
Okay.
It was the 1952 election. They haven't made a political song since, and I think that's the problem in our politics today. Forget Republicans or Democrats. Forget about all the division. It really starts with a good political tune.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Rizzo. Turn that song off, okay?
All right, what, you calling it a dunzo here?
I'm dunzo. I think you've been dunzo since about 8:45.
Rizzo and Jeff have asked that we make an adjustment to the fluffy comment you hear on the show. We will not and stand by it. Those fluffy guys will be back after some free music and a quick break on 105.9 The Mountain.